Hi everyone, this is Laura from Traverse Bay Crochet, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful crochet puff scarf with this easy to follow pattern. It's a very simple design, and we do some puff stitches on the ends and in the middle to create a braided effect. And so let's get started. For this project, you will need a size H 5mm crochet hook. You will also need some medium weight yarn. This is a size 4 yarn. I'm going to use Yarn Bee, Pima Suprema in Lagoon. And to begin, we're going to go ahead and chain 23. And now we're going to work into the third chain from the hook, and we're going to do a puff stitch. So we're going to insert our hook into the third chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook again, pull up another loop, yarn over, and insert your hook one more time. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through all the loops on our hook and chain 2. We're going to repeat that again into the same stitch. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up another loop, and yarn over and pull up a loop one more time. And yarn over, pull through all your loops and chain 1. Now we're going to skip the next stitch and just double crochet into the next 7 stitches. Now that we've done our 7 double crochets, we're going to skip the next stitch and do our puff stitch into the next stitch. So we're going to bring up our 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all our loops, chain 2, and do another puff stitch again into the same stitch. Chain 1, and we're going to skip the next stitch and double crochet into the next 7 stitches. Now we're going to skip the next stitch, and into our last stitch at the end, we're going to do our puff stitch, chain 2, and another puff stitch into the end stitch. And we're going to chain 2 and turn our work for row 2. For row 2, we're going to do a puff stitch in between our puffs and the last row. So in that chain 2 space, we're going to do our puff stitch and chain 2 and do another puff stitch in that same space and chain 1. We're going to skip the next stitch, double crochet into the next 7 stitches, And we're going to again do a puff stitch in the middle of these 2 puffs in that chain 2 space from the last row, and chain 2, puff again into that same space, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and double crochet into the next 7 stitches. So this scarf will now work in just pattern repeats of this row for the remainder of the scarf. You're going to do a puff, chain 2, and another puff. Then you're going to skip a stitch, double crochet 7 stitches, skip a stitch, work a puff stitch into the space from the previous row, chain 2, another puff stitch, skip a stitch, double crochet 7, skip a stitch, and then in the last space here, we're going to do a puff stitch, chain 2 and a puff stitch, and chain 2 at the end, and then turn your work and just keep working that pattern until your scarf gets longer and longer to about 63 inches, the final scarf should measure, and it should be about 6.5 inches wide. This project uses 2 skeins of this yarn, so about 260 yards or 7 ounces of yarn is needed. So now that we have it down, this is just a really simple project to keep going, and it will work up pretty quickly until you get the full scarf. And it's so pretty. I really like this yarn. It's really nice to the touch. It works out really nice and it feels very soft. This pattern is also on my blog. I'll put the link in the description, and you can go to my blog directly to find the written pattern. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more free patterns, and have a great day.